Welcome once again, my fellow manipulators of digital fate. I'm Richie, this is Capricorn, and finally, early access for Magic the Gathering's Avatar: The Last Airbender is here. We're diving into a ton of crazy decks, and if you're seeing this when it goes live, I'm probably still streaming right now, trying out even more decks. So come on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/QuarantineCapricorn, because if I'm alive and I'm breathing, I'm there and I'm streaming. Come join in on the shenanigans. This deck in particular is one I was really excited about. This is a Rakdos Sacrifice style deck, but it's using Phoenix Fleet Airship. This one's called Phoenix Fall, Rakdos Sacrifice. We just basically turn the Phoenix Fleet Airship into a pseudo Scoot Swarm with tons of crazy sacrifice payoffs, but there's a couple other new cards that kind of slipped under the radar that are just as crazy as that card, and honestly this entire deck is just sort of bananas. I can't wait to iterate on this even more when the set is released. I think I want to try Orzhov versions, I want to try Mardu versions. There's so much we can do, but the core of this Rakdos deck is already pretty crazy. Some ridiculous sacrifice synergies, some ridiculous value, just popping off counters left and right, making huge creatures out of nowhere. I'm not going to break it all down right here. We're going to break it all down in the deck tech portion, and then we're going to get into the gameplay. But before we do, please like this video. Please subscribe if you're new. All that stuff helps. I just moved into a brand new apartment. I'm exhausted. I spent all day yesterday and all morning this morning, even more than the morning, honestly, into the afternoon and early evening, just moving all of the heaviest things in the world into my new apartment, pretty much by myself, and I'm exhausted. So if I seem a little bit out of it, that's why. But this deck's sick. The games are sick. Let's break it down. Alright, so this deck is kind of insane. The core of the deck simply revolves around a sacrifice archetype where we're constantly trying to put a whole bunch of stuff out that we can sacrifice for value. So we have 4 Greedy Freebooters, 4 Clockwork Percussionists at the 1-drop slot. You know what? We should talk about the new cards first, because the new cards are absolutely insane, and they are engines, and they are the entire reason we are playing this deck. So, Phoenix Fleet Airship. This card is bananas. A 4/4 flying artifact vehicle for 4 mana. Cruise for only 1. At the beginning of your end step, if you sacrificed a permanent this turn, create a token that's a copy of this vehicle. As long as you control 8 or more permanents named Phoenix Fleet Airship, this vehicle is an artifact creature. So the idea is, you get this out, you sacrifice something, and at the end of your turn you have 2. And since they crew for only 1, you just need a couple of 1/1 dummies on the board to crew these things as really, really good blockers. And then once the turn goes back to you, you do it again, and since you have 2 out now because you have 1 token copy, when you do it on your next turn, you get 2 more. You get 1 for each of these, so it gets exponential. It reminds me a lot of Scoot Swarm, except instead of triggering immediately so you could just go insane all at once, it triggers at the end of your turn, so you do have to get it over multiple turns. But what's sick about this is they work really well as blockers in the meantime until you have enough that you can just alpha strike for the win, which just seems crazy to me. And since all of the best sacrifice fodder happens to be little cheap 1/1 creatures anyway, you're always going to have enough creatures around to crew it as, you know, blockers for problematic decks to make sure you survive long enough to do the thing. And then once you get to 8 or more, once you've comboed off just a few turns in a row, now all of a sudden you have like 8 or 16 or however many 4/4 flyers that are just immediately creatures, no longer need to be crewed, just swing in and just nuke your opponent's face. This card is crazy. And it's even crazier in some of the things it can do, some of the ways it can be used that aren't even explored in this deck. Like, imagine this card with weapons manufacturing and you're just spitting out a whole bunch of copies and their artifacts. Although I think maybe you have to play the artifacts in order to trigger weapons manufacturing rather than just tokens being created triggering it. But either way, you kind of get where I'm going with this. I think there's a lot of potential for this card, and this deck's just the tip of the iceberg with it. We're also using Obsessive Pursuit, and this card is way more insane than I expected it to be during spoiler season. 2 mana for an enchantment. When it enters and at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose a life and create a clue token. So you immediately jam it for 2. You get a clue token right away. And then by the time your next turn comes around, you get another clue token. So on your next turn, you've already got 2 clue tokens, which is kind of bananas. And then whenever you attack, you put X +1/+1 counters on target attacking creature, where X is the number of permanents you sacrifice this turn. And if X is 3 or greater, that creature gains lifelink until end of turn. So not only can you spit out a ton of value on a creature if you're sacrificing a bunch of stuff, but if it's enough value, you can get lifelink so that you can gain back all the life you've been losing in order to create the clue tokens every turn, which is just amazing. But what makes this really, really crazy is when you sacrifice a treasure for mana, it counts as a sacrifice for Obsessive Pursuit. Similarly, if you sacrifice a Fabled Passage to fetch a land, it's still going to count as a sacrifice for Obsessive Pursuit. So this card just gets really, really nutty, really, really quick. Out of nowhere, you can easily sacrifice 3, 4, 5 things in a turn very early in the game and just spit out a ton of counters and just go completely nuts. And if you happen to draw into a second copy and play a second copy, like, you're doubling up how many counters you're spitting out, and you're getting like 2 clue tokens a turn. Just constant sacrifice fodder. Usually you're not paying the 2 mana to sacrifice the clue tokens, but you do have the option of doing that if you're out of gas, which is really, really nice. But the card just goes way, way off. And since the entire deck is focused on 1/1 creatures as our sacrifice fodder anyway, so that we can get the most out of Phoenix Fleet Airship, Obsessive Pursuit just capitalizes on that even more by turning whatever 1/1s we happen to have left over into absolute brutes that no longer need to crew the Phoenix Fleet Airship. Absolutely insane card. This card is going to be a real contender, I think, moving forward. We've also got 4 copies of Callous Inspector, just another really good 1-drop that can get us value when we sacrifice it. Not only that, but it's a menace creature, so if we pile a bunch of counters on it with Obsessive Pursuit, it's a little bit better with this creature than the other creatures. But when it dies, it deals 1 damage to you and you create a clue token. So it replaces itself with value that you can potentially sacrifice. Reminds me a little bit of Greedy Freebooter, which we're also using. Not quite as quick and efficient because the treasure from the Freebooter is just nuts, but still very valuable card, I think, in this kind of deck. And then we're running 4 copies of Deadly Precision, which is a brand new removal spell that is probably the best version of this kind of removal spell that we've gotten in a while. You can pay 1 mana, destroy target creature if you sacrifice an artifact or creature, which is just perfect for this deck. And if you're in a pinch, you can just pay the extra 4 mana instead, pay a total of 5 and just kill a thing, which I think is really, really nice. Now, going back to the bottom of the curve, we've got the 4 freebooters, the 4 Clockwork Percussionists, just ways to get absolute maximized value off of our sacrifices, while also having 1/1 bodies for all of the things we already talked about. 4 Corrupted Conviction, which is just really, really efficient ways to get sacrifice triggers, fuel those synergies, and also refill our hand. Absolutely perfect card. And we've got 2 Fanatical Offerings to go with the 4 Corrupted Convictions, kind of as a 6 card draw package. Instant speed, 2 mana, additional cost to cast it, sack an artifact or creature, draw 2 cards, create a map token. So another way to sacrifice an artifact or creature and trigger our synergies, but not only do we get to draw cards in this instant, we get to make another map token, which can sacrifice itself to trigger our synergies, or be sacrificed to some of the other cards in the deck. So I do think the extra mana makes this not quite as good as Corrupted Conviction, but at the same time, getting extra real estate that you can sacrifice with it almost makes up for that. So I like running 2 copies along with the 4 Corrupted Convictions. I think that's kind of a nice 6 card package right there. We're going to run 1 Tarian's Journal. It's legendary. I kind of wanted to run more, but there are so many cards that want to be in this deck. We definitely have to include at least 1, because the first one is always going to be amazing. Comes down, allows you to sacrifice 1 thing a turn for free to draw a card, which feels really, really nice. Speaking of sacrifice for free, we have 2 Umbral Collar Zealots. Once this hits the battlefield, if we have a ton of value on the board, a bunch of clue tokens, whatever, we just sacrifice a bunch of things all at once to get a bunch of triggers off Obsessive Pursuit, or just have a free way to sacrifice every turn to always get a trigger off Phoenix Fleet Airship, even if we don't want to commit any mana to a way to sacrifice things. We've also got 4 Charming Scoundrel, which is just awesome in this deck. It can make a treasure token while also being a haste creature. We can then sack that treasure token to play other things and have it count as a sacrifice to get even more counter potential out of Obsessive Pursuit, and then we can put all of those counters on our newly played Charming Scoundrel, which has haste, so it immediately attacks in as a big hasting dude, which is awesome. Or I guess in this case, a big hasting lady with a whip? No, it's a rope. Whatever, same difference. You can whip people with ropes. She's just kind of perfect for everything this deck is trying to do. And a lot of times, even if you don't already have a creature down that can attack and get the value that you want immediately out of Obsessive Pursuit, having a haste creature like this that can get that value while also giving you even more in the form of that treasure token is nice. She's got a couple other modes too that sometimes come in clutch, but the treasure token is where we're at. Speaking of treasure tokens, Generous Plunderer is amazing in this deck. 2 mana, 2/2 menace. At the beginning of your upkeep, they make a tapped treasure token, you make an untapped treasure token, you can sacrifice yours for value to get your sacrifice synergies, to play more stuff than you should be playing on your turn, probably more things that are sacrificing even more things to get more triggers and synergies, and then you can pile up all the +1/+1 counters from Obsessive Pursuit on the Plunderer and swing for a ton of menace damage while also pinging them for at least 1 with the treasure that you gave them, and maybe more if you're up against an artifact deck. This card absolutely fuels everything we're doing and is crucial. But moving on, the last card is just 2 copies of Rottenmouth Viper. I think this card is kind of sick. Having 2 of them at the top end, just being able to all of a sudden slam a Rottenmouth Viper by sacrificing like 5 clue tokens that you've made off Obsessive Pursuit, and spitting out a whole bunch of counters and swinging and triggering your Phoenix Fleet Airships, all of that feels so good. So I think having 2 of these at the top end just makes all the sense in the world. I think an even split between the Vipers and the Umbral Collar Zealots as efficient ways to sacrifice a bunch of things feels kind of right now. That being said, we'll iterate on it in the future and we'll see if it still feels right at those numbers later on. Mana base is very specific. We definitely want to run all 4 Fabled Passage because they trigger our sacrifice synergies. And since we're running Fabled Passages and the basics, it makes sense to run the Blazemire Verges. And since we're running the Blazemire Verges, it makes sense to run Multiversal Passages because they turn on the Blazemire Verges. And then, of course, we absolutely need 1 Fountain Port because it has a ton of interaction with tokens, which we are creating a ton of in this deck. So 1 Fountain Port for sure, and we don't need a lot of lands. That's what's cool about this deck too. We've got what, 17, 4, 8, 12, 18. We have 18 lands, and that's because we have so many cheap spells and so much card draw and so much mana generation in the form of treasures. The 3 of those things together just burn us through our deck so quick, and it kind of doesn't matter that we have less lands because we're going to draw into them. We're going to create treasures that plays more spells, that draws us into more and gets our lands and all that good stuff. So I think the deck works really well at 18. I'm pretty happy with it, but again, super excited to explore other builds of this moving forward, especially Orzhov and Mardu. I think there's a ton of potential for this deck archetype, but don't take my word for it. It's time to check it out in action. Let's check out the games. All right, here we go. This looks pretty good, I think. A lot of early value. I'm excited about it. We'll start with a Mountain and a Clockwork Percussionist. Smack in for 1 already. I think we want to try to just generate treasures as early as possible. So we're going to jam the Plunderer on 2. Sleight of hand. Hello, 𝑒_Philly. I would like to eat a Dorito. Oh, this poor man. This poor, poor man. Look at this. It's wild. We don't have any of our sacrifice payoff, though. So I don't think we bother yet. I think we just swing. And we see if the opponent wants to trade. Thank you for the trick or treat, Ninja Vanish. Alright, he's not going to trade with the 1/1. So if that's the case, do we hold up Corrupted Conviction? No, we can just Tarian's Journal right now. That's fine. I guess we should probably draw a card, right? Yeah, let's just do that. Alright, end the turn. We still get to hold up Corrupted Conviction, which is nice. I get to eat some chocolate, which is also nice. We can chump block this guy if we need to. We probably won't, though. I want to save my sacrifice fodder so when we get payoffs. If he's playing an artifact deck, though, that Plunderer is going to have a field day. Dragonfly Swarm. Alright, more Beauteous. I mean, at this point, we really, really just need payoff, right? Do we Viper? I'm gonna start by doing this. Bottom you. Damn, man. Kinda need to kill something, don't we? Where's all my payoffs? Hey, there's a payoff. I'll take it. I will take it. Thank you, sir. Sack. Target you. Yes. Auto pay. Sacrifice an artifact. This one. Pay the ward by sacrificing an artifact. Get rid of you. Attack for a lot of damage. A very lot of damage. A very lot of damage. Welcome to 8/8. Welcome. We are plundering. 4. Got another one? You do have another one, okay. It's fine. I ain't mad. It is okay. 5, 6. Probably wait. We'll just do this. Get rid of your dude. Nope, discarding. Alright. Do you have even more removal for 6 toughness, sir? If he attacks, we don't block. Because he could have a smaller damage spell that he's trying to bait us into. We just need like a creature. If we can sack the passage, and if we top deck a creature here, play it, sack it to the journal to draw something else, we could theoretically get to 3 attacks, or 3 sacrifices. Which will be really good with Obsessive Pursuit. Talent. What else you got? What else you got? I guess we sacrifice the clue, play the land, crack it to find another land. Then we play the Phoenix Fleet Airship. I don't want to get too crazy. I could sacrifice the airship to the journal if I really wanted to get to 3 with Obsessive Pursuit. But I don't think turning on the lifelink is that important. And we'll make another Phoenix Fleet Airship. And I think we got him now, guys. I think we got him. I think we got him. Oh, Gran. Aw, she's so sweet. How can I want to attack you now? You got a sweet little Gran. You know, it's really annoying that everyone is conceding. Like, can't you just let somebody actually beat you? This looks like the kind of opening hand we actually want. Against Jim Davis, nonetheless. One of my favorites. One of my favorites. We'll go with Greedy Freebooter. Mazemind Tome. Verge Pursuit. And we'll swing. So we definitely need to sacrifice things next turn. Right? I think I know what we're doing. I think I know what we're doing. Let's see what Jim's got for us. Conduit pylons. It's definitely a mono white deck. Seam rip. No respect for Obsessive Pursuit, huh? No respect. We're gonna go treasure. Do we sack a clue? Or do we Fanatical Offering? And then we swing for 3. Seems fine. It's a pretty good card. It's a pretty good card, Jimmy Jams. ℙℍ𝕆𝑚 Archive. How greedy do we want to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He could have Eugene, and that will be really bad for us. He just takes out our Phoenix Fleet airship and then stomps all over everything that we're doing. How about we do this? Diversify our threats while also building value for next turn. If he has to play Eugene and can only get rid of one thing, then we probably rock his world right after, right? We still have a dude that can attack and probably get a ton of counters and just kill Eugene. ℵ𝕝𝑗. I think he sees that. Interesting. How deep do we go? Can we hit a land? We could torch the tower. Put you at 6, put you at 5. Kill one of those. That seems pretty good. Let's do that. Kill a 1/1. Sacrifice this dude. Plunderer. I like the Plunderer. We can keep the Plunderer. Buffing the boys. Totally buffing the boys. Well, he's gonna do it, I guess. Does he have Eugene? Or Sweeper? Although a Sweeper wouldn't be the best thing. Because we do get some value off that, right? Another one. Dude, crazy. Crazy. Doesn't matter. Do what you will. Do what you will. Sweeper? Do it. It's time to finally drop the airship, I think. Just needs to happen. Thank you for the nectar, Ninja. What would you like me to trick or treat? Skittles, Starburst, or my last Hershey's milk chocolate? There's Eugene. What you hitting? Oh, not hitting anything. Alright, that's fine. Wow, still disrespecting those obsessive pursuits. Wild. Absolutely wild. Absolutely nuts. We have to just keep sacking, don't we? Diversify some threats. Get out of here. We don't need you. Alright. Play some colorless spells. Nuke some more of my stuff. It's okay. Skittles. Taste the rainbow. Makes mouths happy. Wait, no, that's Twizzlers. What a broken card. You just gotta push through all the dum-dum. That's it. Just gotta do it. Come on, baby. We're so close. We're so close. Don't let me down now. The iceberg. Oh, flashed it in. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Oh, he just really needs to scry, I guess? Oh, he wants to trigger the planetarium. That's pretty good. That's unfortunate. Come on, you're running out of gas. Just finish running out of gas. We just need him to finish running out of gas, but we can't. Planetarium and ℚ𝐽𝐵 is pretty gross. I do think we bought ourselves some respect, though. I don't think he respected that that card at all. Obsessive Pursuit. I think he's feeling it now. One step in strategy. Do 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 do. So we have 6 mana for next turn. Maze Mind Tome triggers the planetarium. That is terrifying. Iceberg. Sure. Poo poo on ℚ𝐽𝐴. Stop doing things at instant speed, man! Just can't get there. This hand's a little bit weird, but we've got Obsessive Pursuit, so I think we're just going to keep it and go all in. Mountain, hold up, torch the tower. We're up against the Legend. We'll get the Pursuit out. Give me all of the things. All of them. Well, since you're tapped out, we're going to do this. And hold up this. That seems just fine. Well, we probably want to play Phoenix Fleet Airship next turn, right? But we also don't want him keeping his aggressive value if we don't have something to crew it with. So let's do this. Black, pay 2. Get the airship out. And let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. It's fine. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, hold on. How do I want to do this? Draw cards, make a map. No. This is how we want to do this. we want to be able to sacrifice and also have a way to crew. 1 red mana should not be enough to kill a 4/4. That is then going to be a 5/5. Actually a 6/6. I lied to you. Seems pretty good. Give me another one. Alright. Now we're off to the races. Oh, come on! You're not allowed to do that. You're literally not allowed to do that. What is this hand? I don't hate it. Let's keep it. I don't think I need to torch the tower turn 1. So we're going to start with the Fabled Passage. And we're going to find red, since we need more red. I guess we Blazemire Verge. And we'll start with a Plunderer. Start spitting out treasures. Seems good to me. When are you getting a tour of the new place? It's a damn good question. Get lost? That's unfortunate. I'll take it though. Pass a turn. That would have been a crazy turn, man. We would have swung for like 5. I like that. Oh, I like it. I think we need to draw. I don't want to sacrifice all my stuff. But we're out of gas, man. All we have is a few cards that help us stall. Look at us go. Yeah, we'll keep that. Why not? Do you want to do more? He probably kills it, right? I say we don't get greedy. And instead we hold up Fanatical Offering. Man, this card is sick though, huh? I like it. I think I like it. Just spits out clues every turn. Spits out counters like it's nobody's business. Sunpearl Kieran. Sure. Do we torch it? Not yet. We might, but not yet. We'll still hold up Fanatical Offering just in case. Quantum Riddler. Draw. Are you gonna bounce it? Well, now we'll do this. Because why not? Airbender Ascension. I mean, yeah. Can't do anything about that. It's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool little combo. So we'll go like that. We'll go... There's a lot of value here now that he's tapped out. I gotta decide the best way to actually utilize it. I think we go 1. Dump you. 2. As much as I want to play that, I think it makes more sense to just do this. And then get 3 counters and hit for 7 and gain back 7 life. So we're back up to 20. And our opponent has to get rid of this. A tribe called Quest. Oh man. Look at all of this. We will make a treasure token. Let's see. Go like this. Go like this. This makes sense, right? Put you on the bottom. Create a map token. Then sack the map token and the treasure. Go to 4. Dump you. Move to combat. Put them all on the Scoundrel. He's probably got removal for something, but I don't think he's got removal for the Scoundrel and the Percussionist. Just as I thought. Just as I suspected. Yes, we will kill the Quantum Riddler, put you at 9, go up to 25. All of that feels great. This Obsessive Pursuit card is pretty wild, huh? This card's crazy. It's crazy, bruh. So crazy. Spilling coffee all over myself. It's been a long day. Spent all day moving in. Getting to Avatar Early Access 7 hours late. 7.5 hours late, really. Flood Pits 𝑇𝑒𝑟𝑟𝑎𝑛𝑐𝑒. Well, you've got a Riddler. That is a lot of mana. Right? A lot of mana. We'll do this. We'll do this. Aven Interrupter? Oh, man. Oh, man. How do I want to do this? Nothing sacrificed. Play the Freebooter. Sack it to the torch the tower. Make a treasure. Sack that. That's 2. But then we don't have anything to put the mana into. Tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Very tricky. We're going to kill the Aven. And no attacks. We're going to try to set up for an Alpha Strike next turn. Alright. We will try to trade with the Drowner here. Seems pretty decent for us. Ooh. That's a card. That is certainly a card. That is certainly a card. It would leave us with 2 mana. Right? I mean, we gotta try it. We gotta try it, right? Oh yeah. We've got the Phoenix. Hey, it's Ninja. Welcome, Ninja. We'll do the thing. We'll do this. Kill you. Sack this. He almost transformed the Hang, I think. I think he was thinking about it. Alright, we have to pass the turn, unfortunately. Hey, thanks for the bits, Ninja. And thank you for the resub, my friend. Tier 3, what a real one. Ang's Iceberg. Really? Really? I could sacrifice it. I don't think it's worth it. That's unfortunate. What a card, though, huh? What a card. Just need him to run out of gas. He just never runs out of gas. Good old pity bit. Appreciate you, Ninja. You and your pretty pity bits. He seems awfully confident, doesn't he? He wants to get lost. I mean, sure. More sacrifice fodder seems pretty good. I think that's almost better. Obsessive Pursuit. So obsessive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can sack 6 things. But do I want to? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Three counters. Nobody said 3. It's 7. 7. We'll go up to 4. Hey! Another airship. Need to get that lifelink. You got removal? Ah, you got more removal. That's sad. That's very sad. That might be game over. It's real close. Real close. You quit Magic forever ago. Sounds about right. I've been playing so much Wonders of the First, it's really hard to transition back to Magic, I'm not gonna lie. It's wild. It's just so different, guys. Trample? That's no fun. That's 11. It's a total of 10, isn't it? Son of a bitch. He's got me. He's got me. I think the deck is super sweet, though. This looks good. We'll keep it. We're up against Swayze, who is apparently very crafty. Let's see. Do we want to start with a Callous Inspector or a Clockwork Percussionist? I think we want the Inspector. We're not in a rush to have to use the value that it creates if he has removal. Whereas with the Percussionist, we kind of have to rush to use it. Play the Percussionist, hold up Corrupted Conviction. Countering? Sure. Sure. You got it, buddy. You got it. Looks pretty good. We'll start with a swing. Do we Disturbing Mirth? Do we Corrupted Conviction? I think we just play out a Generous Plunderer. We need to ramp if we can because of the airship. Discard, draw 2. That does mean he's got 3 lessons. He can do the 2 mana draw 3 now. Gran. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Charming Scoundrel. We'll make a treasure. Deadly Precision. Target you. Auto pay. Sack. Yes, we do want the land. Thank you very much. And then we can swing 2. If we really need to, we can Corrupt a Conviction. Well, we're doing it. We are absolutely doing it. And you are running out of gas, my friend. Play you. Play you. Well, we don't have a 4th mana for Phoenix Fleet Airship. But we're still doing the thing. Let's attack. Yes, in early access right now. Disturbing Mirth. Okay. That doesn't do a lot, but sure. If we draw land, we play the Phoenix. We did not draw land. Enchantment or creature. Well, don't have a lot of options here, do we? Guess we play this. Attack and hold up Corrupted Conviction. He's running out of gas and we are not, so not super worried. You will not be gaining life, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Treasure token. Firebending lesson. Man, he just keeps going. This dude just keeps going. We have so many cards. Alright, we have to sack an enchantment. I guess we sack the treasure to play the airship, which will trigger the airship and give us another airship. I'm pretty good with that. Oh god. Now we have to draw a card to trigger our sacrifices. Play the land. And then play, I guess, Obsessive Pursuit. We are pretty low on life, but we are getting there with the airships. Azula. You may cast them, huh? I guess we give you a Greedy Freebooter. Oof. Oof. That's a lot. That's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We will find a black land so that if we want, we can Deadly Precision, hit you, sack you, get lots of triggers, and have an absolutely giant board. That's a Phoenix Fleet airship. Oh baby. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at Patreon. Without you guys, this channel would not be possible, so honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your contributions. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. The more likes we get and the quicker we get them, the bigger this channel will grow and the faster it will grow. I'd love nothing more than this channel to become something very special for you guys, but it's entirely up to you how fast that happens. Also, if you'd like more deck text, that's somewhere over there. And if you'd like to see what else the channel's been up to lately, that's somewhere up that way. Also, subscribe, circle below, do all the things.